everybody here is remembering, and you know the vision of the company, the new vision out there, and you know that the company is to have 10 million loyal members or people that we're affecting. And you know, I know Mary, you said you're not 100% sold yet because it didn't do, but it is a better.
I agree that it's
better.
Without question, I agree it's a good product. It's hard for me to sell it.
Yeah, we have, and I don't, you know Jerry?
No, hi Jerry. Hi Jerry. Nice to meet you.
Jerry's going to talk a bit in a minute, but you know, Jerry does not go at it. She approaches it from the opposite of this. She approaches it for trying to get people better water, and if it helps them, you know. But she takes a completely different approach, and she's one of the most successful people in the Houston area right now. You know, as far as getting people. She takes it from the caring, loving side, not so much. If I make a check, I make a check. I like
if I don't make a check, he doesn't get chocolate that week. It's just real simple.
So I've got to figure out a way to get you to sell more so you can get. And if I can get you a bigger check, maybe I can get chocolate every day.
Maybe.
Okay. But you know, that's the vision. And we just need to get out there and spread. Like we talk about, we're a small company still. You know, one of these days it's going to hit the thing. We're going to talk about the new changes with the shower head. And one of the things that we've all realized is from power sticks to whole house units, you know, there's such a wide gamut. You know, we've got to be able to explain everything, you know, because especially when you run into, you know, a more educated person, they want to know this, and this before. And the new shower, it is relatively simple to explain. Well, it's not. You don't have to explain alkaline water. You don't have to explain antioxidant. You don't have to explain all this other stuff in the part. One of the things that by changing the way we're doing things, hopefully it will be easier to do. And Steve's going to talk about it in a while when we get to the business part. You know, for you to be successful, there's got to be something that you can easily duplicate. Your people can easily duplicate. You know, you got somebody that's a salesman. You know, they could sell somebody this chair. You know, if they're a salesman. But if you're not a salesman, you may have trouble selling this chair to somebody. You know, Steve could sell his chair anyway. I ain't selling the chair to nobody. You know. But so we've got to make it something that you can easily go out and duplicate. Me and Steve were talking about it earlier. This type of business direct sale is a numbers game. It's exactly what it is. Randy sells real estate full time. I sell it part time. Real estate is purely numbers game. The more people that know about it, the more people I talk to, the better chance I got of getting it. The more I market, the more I prospect, the better my numbers are going to be. So it's just a matter of, it's been like Randy been in it for 30 years and you can live off referral business, you know, then you can. So, but we want to make it easy now to duplicate. We still basically have all the products we've had for the last, you know, since the company started. One thing that you're going to find out is Mr. China is constantly upgrading his products. You know, we just recently upgraded the rock sheet. Okay, we recently upgraded the showers. You know,
yeah. What's different about it? I mean, it looks something is. Oh,
that was broken. That's
it broke.
I have to buy that one. I'm sorry, Mary.
Hey, what I heard you were buying 30 tonight. So
yeah,
we got 29.
I got 29 to go. Yeah, because it looks a little different. But I mean,
okay, basically,
it's the same.
I have the old one in the car, Steve.
Well,
it just looks a little different. What's
okay?
A little easier.
Well, basically, what happened is y'all remember how you had the little curve at this end? everybody's food's coming, so.
It's not like that anymore.
I've got the.
Just the screws on? Yeah. Hey,
Hot sauce. So, basically, the change with the shower, it we've gone to the straight shaft, where the other one's more curved here and curved here. Then we have the problem of.
I was in there drinking coffee. Did you finish? So, you know what Jim is telling me, y'all, that if you, the reason the handheld is good is because if you put it close to the skin, the FIR technology gets into your skin better. Right? Well, the far infrared. See, I mean, guys, you know, most people in America don't even know about far infrared. All the new spas around now, you know how when you used to go to the old Gold's Gym, and I love the saunas, just the steam. Okay, they're all far infrared saunas now. See, and we've had, you know, the Orientals have known about far infrared for years, and it's great for your skin.
So that's what's the difference.
Yeah. See, well, actually, no. The others have far infrared, but it only goes about this far from the shower head. So that's the advantage of having the European head where you can take it all over. But you know, that's what Jim was telling me. I didn't realize.
But the plate, one of them, the plate has changed, which increases.
Honestly, it's sitting on here. It's in there, okay?
The breakdown of the water, and then we changed the handle. Where, you know, we had a lot of problems with people saying it was falling out of the bracket because it was in water.
Yeah, because it was curved and it would, you know, you would drop. It would lean over. You have to be real careful or get your other, you know, real tight.
Yeah.
But this will sit up in there better. It would have perfect.
And then the other one that's been added here in the last month and a half is, you know, he's put another enzyme in it. As you know, there's all sorts of minerals and vitamins in there, and he's added an enzyme that helps with the anti-aging. Okay, and that's something that everybody can use. What? Well, basically.
Good question.
I mean, yeah, because like you just said,
Well,
I'm afraid of the rocks, and I just bought one.
I would say, well, basically the thing with the rocks, what's upgraded, the rocks itself, we've changed it. The main part of the rocks unit is we've added the pressure gauge to it, so it's easy to see what the pressure you're taking.
You can, I mean, we can give you a pressure gauge.
We can get you a pressure gauge.
Yeah.
But every time that he goes to Korea, he's talking to the research people about upgrading the filter. And you're getting those on a regular basis. Anyway.
If this, you don't have that one right now, but if you do have one with that handle on it, and it's a problem for you, not just because you like the looks of the new one that's really not that material, but you have a problem with it, and they'll change up handle. But I have an extra hose. If you need a hose, Mary, I'm pretty sure what the hose still picks up to hers, and she can just pull it in.
The hose.
I got extra hose.
I just haven't bought one like that. Mine is just the round.
Yeah.
She's got the screw on kind, you know, the big round job. Well, the one's got the big media in it. Yeah. Well, I like those good though.
Yeah.
I like that kind. But I didn't realize about it either.
Yeah.
But it's
and those are just, and he's trying to constantly upgrade the product where it gives you more benefit. So with the product, that's the thing, like we've been talking to some of y'all over the last week to 10 days, we're looking at trying to change the way we promote the business, and Steve's going to talk about that in a little while. But if Jerry don't choke to death on us here,
It's the water. It's just making it.
tell them about the story that you told us about the lady?
The nurse?
The nurse?
Well, really, Jerry, tell us what you're doing, because I.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Tell us about the nurse and the situation you had there, and then we'll get in.
Okay.
That's more in the business.
Okay. I'm a next door neighbor, and her mother lives with her. Her mother is 86 years old. She was my mother's best friend when my mom passed away. And about 3 weeks ago, she kind of like had a little mini stroke. I wasn't home. The ambulance picked her up and kept her overnight, brought her back. From that time till just about a week or so ago, she was bedridden. She's a little bitty lady. She's like Carol, a little bitty.
Yeah.
But she's 86. And she was like bedridden because she was weak. She didn't want to eat. She didn't want to drink. Nothing. So I went over one day. I'm going to touch on the B12. I went over one day and I brought her the water and a B12. As she was drinking it, you could just see her face. And her daughter was amazed. Her eyes got kind of bright. She started talking. 2 days later, I couldn't find her in the house. She was upstairs in another bedroom sleeping. She was not able to walk for 2 weeks. She started drinking the B12 after that. They got to keep the doors locked now so she didn't go outside. Okay, so like Thursday or Friday, I think Thursday, Friday, the nurse came because she comes to bathe her 2 or 3 times a week to help out the daughter, which is the daughter's my age. And I had just put the shower head in their downstairs bathroom the day before. And the nurse didn't come that day, but she came the next day. They didn't tell her. They're like real good friends now because she comes 2 or 3 times a week. She takes Ellie in the bathroom, puts her on the top like she always does. She turned on the shower head to warm up the water, and they heard her say, "Oh my God, this smells good." Well, they knew what was going on, but they didn't tell her. And a little bit later she said, "Oh my God, this feels good." She stayed in there, gave the whole way to the bath, but she couldn't leave her. When she came out, she said, "Is that shower head the same company with that water and that B12?
Did she really?
And the daughter said, "Yeah, that's what Jerry brought over." She said, "I want 2 of them.
Wow.
I want one for my bathroom and one for my son's." Then it dawned on her that her hands were soft.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what they were before. She said they were rough. She said when you give 7 or 8 baths a day, chlorine water,
exactly.
it's going to be a problem. She said, "My hands are soft." Then she said, "You know what? I'm going to put one in my home, and I'm going to take one with me and bathe all of my clients.
Oh,
And hopefully, some of them will go ahead and get one put in." Now, that is one revenue stream right there if that happens. She said, "Now, I can't sell them because they're my clients." I said, "You don't have to worry about that. We can make that work somehow."
Yeah.
That is not a problem. That's 6 right there.
Yeah.
They're buying
shower
6.
heads, back when we used to do demonstrations, when we were first trying to do all this, trying to find a system that would work, the people, I would do the chlorine and put the vitamin C in there and everybody would go, no, that's the most reaction I got out of anybody was when I did that for the shower. So, so that's fantastic. So, you want her to go ahead and tell what she's doing, or you want to wait?
For about 5 minutes earlier.
Why don't you go a little on the business now?
Okay.
What other products has there been? You mentioned something about a whole house system that I've been waiting to hear about.
Okay. I thought. You must not have been on.
Go ahead and tell.
I guess
I'll be right back.
Basically, what we've got is a whole house system. We've come up with.
I don't know where he's at.
We may have another one. Howdy. We've got Mr. China with his research team has developed what we call a tornado unit. And if you go on the website, you can see it. And basically what it does is it's a descaler. It helps clean the pipes in your house, which then before the water gets to either your rock unit or your shower, it's got 4 different fronts. And it's got a KDF, it's got tourmaline, it's got it's just a bunch of stuff together.
Well, I saw a tornado, but I couldn't tell the size of it.
Well, we basically got 4. We've got a small one that you can hook up to your PCCS, the people that have the countertop. We've got a little bit larger one, a medium size that you can use under the sink. Right. One to pull there, right? Or we've got the larger one, like Jerry says, it's about yay big. Probably about this big around, you know. And that would hook up where your water source comes into the house. You know, most people, the water comes in the garage.
Right.
You know, so you have the plumber come in, cut the pipe there in the garage. You know. And basically what it'll do, it helps you scale your pipes, clean your pipes out. And it's got a lot of other functions, but that's the biggest one.
Takes chlorine out.
It takes chlorine out of the water. You know, which if you do that, it just increases the effect that your other products can have. It's just like there at the office with the people that have been there, not to get too deep into the pH and all of that stuff. You know, but most people, you know, are looking for a pH of, you know, 9.5, okay, which is good. I mean, Jerry and Carol check the water there at the office quite a bit, you know. We're running 10.5, 11.5 at the office.
Really?
Well, and what basically...
pH?
Yeah.
10.5.
Ooh, that's good.
Now, what's happened is the building has a water system to begin with. Okay? And then when it runs through our system, since it's better than city water, when we get it, you know, and it goes through ours and through the filters, it increases it even more.
Yeah, it's just cleaning up.
So was there a filter that needs to be changed out periodically?
Once a year, there's you take it apart, and there's two little parts that you can replace. You know, they're very simple to do. And what happens? You get that. You would get the tornado. You get the ROX unit, which is a reverse osmosis. And you get 2 shower heads. You know, and that package is $15.99. This one normally sells for $8.99. The ROX right now is $4.99. You know, in the shower for $2.99. So, you know, it's just a huge deal. And most homes now have at least 2 bathrooms. You know, that's why we've got that. And that way, we've got one of the people in town, for the people in no town, where her husband just had a home built in the Heights. They put this in, you know, and some people say, you know, well, why? You got a brand new house. Well, if I put the tornado in, it should keep the house clean forever, because it doesn't have a chance to get bad. So that's what we call a whole house unit. On a tornado, there's different sizes, so it can vary on, you know, you have a big house, or you have an apartment, a trailer house. You know, the smaller your quantity of water, the little bit smaller unit you can get by with. And then the rest of the products are pretty much the same. He's been trying to improve the filtration on the pitchers, the green pitcher, the power pitcher, the power sticks. You know, they're constantly working in the research and development to improve the product. You know, how can you get more stuff in? I know there's some discussion going on with the shower heads about the shower filters of adding B12 and some of these other things to that, and some of the other vitamins. So they're looking at doing that. So, you know, that kind of looks at the product, but for the people that, you know, we're looking at, you know, going back to the vision, you know, he's looking at 10 million in 10 years throughout the world. Okay? And that doesn't mean to say that the 10 million people are going to be doing business. It's just, can we affect 10 million people with the water? We've got, I know people in your downline that are perfectly happy just with the water, using the product. That's all they're ever going to do. But we're affecting not Timmy, but you've got
800.
He's got 800 in his downline, and he's probably got, I'd say half of those that will probably never do anything. But they're using the product, they're getting the benefit of it.
And hopefully telling people about it, just a little bit of word of mouth.
Yeah.
So
What people don't realize is not that many people have to do the business for your business just to grow like crazy. Because think about it, if you cloned yourself 5 times, the real Jerry could be doing what she wants to do, and you could, I mean, that's amazing. But people don't get the numbers. You want me to go ahead?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, but look here. Y'all, I don't even talk about,
Okay, we didn't do this. We're trying to use a old people.
oh, okay. Well, really, we need to get a board anyway, okay.
You know
Yeah.
how Jim likes speaking.
Yeah, and then you turn it over. Okay, y'all. When I was in the oil business, I had an oil field service company, and we used to clean up the drilling sites. And I was on a job over here in South, down 59 at Rosenberg area, and there was a Phillips Petroleum guy. And I knew he was doing something on the side, and I got to know him real good. We got to, running the job, and he was assigned to our job, so he was there every day. So I finally got him to show me what he was doing, and y'all, he was doing the Amway business. I didn't know anything. My uncle did the Amway business in the 60s, and he was making 10 grand a month in the 60s. He did really well. He was one of them double diamond guys, and so I didn't understand anything about this kind of business. But I saw the concept, and I said, oh man, everybody ought to want to do that. And so I called a few of my buddies, and I said, hey, Tom, I want to come over and show you the Amway business. And they started laughing. Yeah, I go, what's going on here? So I didn't understand. But so I started studying this industry, and I try to show people the value of building a network. Guys, some of the biggest companies in the world are networks. Like, look at Facebook. Twitter, Google, they're all networks. And what do? They connect people. Okay, so, because a lot of people have this thing in their head about, oh, that's one of those things, or I'm not going to do, I don't call this network marketing. Get away from that term. Multi-level marketing. Lose that terminology. It's direct sales. And let me tell you why direct sales is better. Because in the conventional system, you got a manufacturer, and then they'll take imagine this being the United States, okay? And they'll divide them up into territories, and so-and-so's got this territory, and so they got about 5 levels that the products have to go through before you and I can buy them, okay? And the emphasis is put on how cheap can we make the product so we can make money. They don't care about the quality. And if you'll study this a little bit, in direct sales, you got a manufacturer, and then you got distributors all over the place. And it doesn't cost the manufacturer anything to have the distributors. Nothing. Not a dime. Okay? In this other deal, they got to have offices, they got to have secretaries, they got to have insurance, they got bills. Okay? So they're going to put less into that product as little as they have to. I mean, think about it. So in network marketing situations, I just said it, direct sales, you can put more money into the product. You can build a better mousetrap. I don't care what you believe. You go and study it, you'll see it. It's real plain, So in a direct sales situation, where you got in today's market, you got the internet, you got FedEx, you got the shipping is easy. You can literally get up at your house and go in there in your bathrobe and run your business. I do it all the time. So, but in a direct sales situation, the manufacturer makes products like Edmund makes all the stuff, and we go out and we just talk to people, and it's a numbers game. Just like I know all you guys know this, but this is what I would tell new people. It's a numbers game. A lot of people say, "Well, I had a bad experience with network marketing." I'm going to say that bad word, okay? But mainly direct sales. They say I had a bad experience with that. And I said, "Well, what happened?" And they said, "Well, I joined so-and-so company, And in 8 months, I did this, I did that, and I finally, and I said, well, how many people did you talk to? Oh, I talked to 8 or 10. In 8 months? Okay, that ain't going to cut it. You need to talk to 8 or 10 people a day, but they don't understand that. See, and it's a numbers game, y'all. and basically, it's just that simple. But guys, I did a company about 5 years ago, and it was a real hot product at a good time. The owners weren't any good, but in about 45 days, I sponsored 28 people. And that 28 people in 4 months grew to 600 people. Okay, and I made $35,000 in 4 months, 15 of it in the 4th month. Okay, that's how fast the numbers. And it wasn't me; it was because it was a fuel product, and people were just clamoring for it because it worked. It's a good product. But anyway, that's how fast stuff can happen. But out of these 28, there was only about 5 people that actually worked for business. 5. So you don't need that many numbers. Like if you could clone yourself, Mary, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, really clone yourself. Have 3 Marys. You can put 2 flying, 1 working in the yard, and you do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Think about that, because that's what you do in this kind of business. But what a lot of people think about the direct sales industry is this word. Pyramid. Okay? Well, if I get Randy in my business, oh great. Randy's working for me. No. Randy's starting his own little franchise, or whatever you want to call it, and he can make more money than me. What's wrong with the conventional system is this. If I got a real estate company, think about this, y'all. That's what you do for a living. So, okay, you got to do. Okay, what's a broker? Is that somebody you would hire to go out and sell for you, or have you got your license? Okay, what if you hired me as a broker? Is that right?
Agent.
Okay, an agent. Okay, I'm sorry. You're the broker. Okay, I got you. All right, if I was an agent, what do you get on real estate sales? About 5%? Or, I don't know. Let's say it's 5%. Okay, so 5 to 6%. All right, I'm working for Randy. He's the one who got the license. Okay, and he's the broker. I'm the agent. I go out and sell something. Randy's going to get half of that, right? Is that right? Or what is it? Okay, something like that.
40%.
Huh?
30 or 40%.
Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to figure out that Randy's got, I'm not picking on you guys, but this is an example that a guy uses that does a thing called brilliant compensation. Anybody ever heard of Tim Sale? You ever heard of him? He does a thing called brilliant compensation that is excellent. All of y'all ought to go watch that. Go Google Tim Sales, S-A-L-E-S, and he's got a little movie called Brilliant Compensation. If you can get all of your people to watch that, it'll. I mean, how long ago when you looked at it?
I think I saw it probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay, yeah, it's really good.
It was simple.
He uses this example, that's why I'm using it. But basically, in a real estate game, I'm going to figure out that Randy's got 10 agents. I don't have a real estate license, I don't think, but anyway, I forget exactly what he explains. But I'm going to figure it out after a while. I'm going to go get my license. Randy trained me, taught me all this stuff. I'm going to go get my license, come over here and start my own real estate office, and I'll find agents. Okay, that goes on several times. So basically, you've trained all the competition in town. Here's why direct sales works. Because I can offer you the exact same opportunity that I got, or that Jerry's got, or that anybody's got in this kind of field. Because I can get Randy can get Mary can get those people in there. Those people in there can make more money than me, even though I'm up the line. That's a big fallacy that people don't get. And what I'm seeing is that people think this is kind of one of them things that you do when you just can't do nothing else. But no, that's opposite. See, people don't understand the numbers. They don't. They just don't get it. And so what I'm trying to do these days is get people to understand the numbers and the power of having a network. Guys, I know a guy that's a pastor. And he's up here, He's a pastor. He's got 100 churches that he's helped start all over the country. And, you know, Dr. Banks is very, very similar to that. But this guy's got 100 of them. And, like, if this is one of the little churches, everybody ties to, you know, the church, okay? And all of them 100 tie to him. That's a pretty healthy network. I tell you who else has got one? Joel Osteen. Millions of dollars flow through that thing. See, people look at this kind of business as one of the things that you do when you can't do anything else, or, oh, that's one of those things, or if you can get people to study this a little bit, that's what Tim said. How do you know? Were you in New Skin?
No, I can't remember.
Okay,
I
okay.
had it sent to me.
Okay, I was just curious, but because Tim Sale was in New Skin. If you can get people to study this industry a little bit, you know, it'll change the way they think. Because, I mean, there's some sharp people out there, y'all, but they're not good in math. Let me tell you why I know this. When I did this fuel product 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I'm telling you, this is no lie. 80% of people can't figure their fuel mileage. I'm not kidding you. That is a fact. They just don't get it. I knew one lady, and I'm not picking on you ladies, because men too, both of them, or all of us. One lady could figure her bank account to the penny. I ain't never been able to do that. But she couldn't figure her mileage. Now, I mean, I would show her, you got a triple odometer, press the thing in, fill up your tank, drive till it's empty, fill it up, divide the miles by the gallons. And she never did that. Just never did. Now, I'm telling you.
Because she didn't want to get empty.
Well, that's still. I mean, that's. I would think anybody can do that. And I'm not trying to say I'm some guru, but I understand numbers. Okay, numbers are everything. I don't care if you have a business like this, a snow cone business, or a airline, or oh yeah, by the way, did y'all see where they're cutting out? Because you already probably know this. A lot of the airlines are not being able to go to these small towns anymore. You probably know all this. I saw it on the internet the other day. But it's just interesting. But anyway, see, and technology is knocking out a lot of jobs. But there's always, when one door closes, there's always something else. But I just try to get people to look into the value of a network. Okay? I mean, people do it every day. I mean,